Okay, viewers, Pamela, let me set the scene again, just in case you don't remember it from last week. It's the near future. There's been a crisis on planet Earth. We can all imagine that. Amid that crisis, a team of technologists hatch a daring plan. They are going to travel beyond the solar system to the planet Next One. And when they reach Next One, they will establish a permanent base, a new home, a new society for human beings. They're going to take 1,000 pioneers with them, 1,000 exceptional people. Pamela Pavliscak, because of your achievements in the fields of technology and emotion, you have been chosen to be among those 1,000 people. And before you set off on this very exciting voyage, there are 5 key questions we need you to answer. So 5 questions before you set off. Let's see question number 1. Name one luxury physical object that you would like to take with you to planet Next One. And you are already allowed a phone, so it doesn't have to be that.
Okay, great. I love this question because when I think of a luxury physical object, I think about heirlooms and I think about an object that I've become attached to over time. Sometimes it has nothing to do with the object, right? It can just be all these memories that are associated with it. Like I think a rocking chair that I've had for all 3 of my daughters. I'm totally attached, but that's not what I'm going to take to next one. Um, I think I would want to take something that is useful and beautiful. So I think something like an Orla Keeley house plant pot that functions as it's beautiful. It reminds me of our time back on Earth. It's functional and it's sustainable because I'm emotionally attached to it and I'm not going to throw it away.
I love it. Thank you so much. I hope it doesn't break on the way. Take some glue,
Yeah.
just in case it slips off the shelf, if there's any turbulence. Okay, let's roll question number 2. Name one exceptional person you think should qualify to also be among the 1,000 pioneers to go to planet Next One.
Think that I would take all of you, first of all. and, and I'm assuming I can take my daughters, but the other person I take, I want it to be a young person, a hopeful person, somebody who embodies wisdom and compassion and kind of lead us on our emotional journey. I'm sure it's going to stir up a lot of interesting feelings. And so I would take Malala with me.
Malala, thank you. Great answer. Yeah, I should also clarify that your very immediate family are allowed to come with you. So your daughters can go with you to Next One. Unfortunately, we can't. We have to wave you goodbye, but we will
Oh.
miss you. We will miss you. We can't bend the rules that much.
Well,
Okay,
my
let's
daughters
roll
are coming.
question
They might
number
also
4.
want me to take Timothy Chalamet.
Well, we'll see if we can get him. We'll see if we can fit him in. Okay, question 4. Create one law that bans something from planet Next One forever. And again, just to clarify, there is a basic system of law in place. So things like murder and theft and all the really bad stuff, they're already banned. But what would you ban?
Okay, this one's pretty easy for me. I hope that it actually never makes it to Next One in the first place. But if it does, I'm definitely going to ban it. And it's factory farming. With what we know about animal consciousness and animal emotions, I don't think there's a good reason to do it. And plus, when you add in the danger to the workers and how bad it is for the earth, I just think we would do well to leave that behind.
I think we can all agree Next One will be a better place without that. We can leave it on planet Earth maybe and hopefully get rid of it there too. Okay, question number 4. Explain one truth about human nature or one ethical principle to live by that you've learned that you think you would like to spread to people on Next One.
Okay, this was a really hard question to answer. And I think it's so interesting because immediately what comes to mind is, it's cool to be kind, it's cool to care, the golden rule. But then when you think on it more, and I'm going to ask other people I know this question, it's really hard to come up with this principle of what you value and is important to you and what your ethics are. And so I think what I would bring to next one, and what I've learned from my own life, is that we're all held together by these invisible threads that we're not noticing all the time, whether that's our relationships or a social context or our emotions. So the principle I would bring is to bring a thoughtful reflection to what's going on that maybe is not immediately evident.
Thank you. Perfect. Okay, question number 5. Now, last week's pioneer was the brilliant technologist and hacker Harper Reed. There's a story associated with this. Harper is essentially extremely jealous of your domain, of your website, pamela.is, pamela.is. So his question to you is, what is Pamela?
Wow, this is a question I've pondered my whole life, and I hope never to really have an answer to. I'll be curious what you all come away with if you go to Pamela is. Maybe you'll have an answer for me.
I think that's the best advice. Go to pamela.is and you can decide for yourself. Exactly. Okay, question number 6. So now we're going to ask you to identify a question that you would like to put to next week's pioneer, who is the Australian futurist Sohail Inayatullah.
Okay, great. Well, I've been thinking a lot about, even though we know there's a lot of things that we don't enjoy about this current time, that are difficult, that are challenging. I know that there's this thing called rosy retrospection, that when we look back on our past, we tend to remember the good things. So, my question for the next pioneer is, on Planet Next, what, if anything, will you be nostalgic for about this time period that we're in right now?
Yeah, great question. And I wonder if there really will be human beings one day who have a kind of nostalgia for planet Earth, even like even if they've never seen planet Earth, like an instinctive nostalgia, like hard coded in the genes, sort of nostalgia or yearning for planet Earth, this planet they've never seen. I wonder if that will ever happen. Thank you so much, Pamela. Brilliant, 5, 6 brilliant answers. Have a happy voyage. Pack your bags. Your pot, your daughters can all go with you, and be safe and be well.